change fuels desire. Find yourself on cloud nine, full of life, a chance to shine. Run, walk, sprint, whatever you choose. Letting go of all the blues can't be held back. I'm taking charge right now. Are you ready? Feel the sunrise over on the horizon. This is our paradise, a golden promise of a chance to grow. Ayubo Viva, welcome to Sri Lanka. Ayubo Asia, this is the moment we waited for. So let us learn together, stand tall and sing your Ayubo Viva. Ayubo Viva, Ayubo Viva, Ayubo Asia.
Well-being beyond health. Asian University Alliance Youth Forum 2019. University of Colombo, Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, the island of paradise, with captivating and enchanting charms. The island's spell, snared by an age-old magic of scorching sun, great green waters, purple dusks, gushing waterfalls, rising blue mountains, and starry heavens, the wonders of the country of oasis. Colombo, the heart of the evergreen island, shrouded by the waters of magnificent sea. The city of promises, kindling in all hearts a hope of tomorrow. The harmonious blend of all races whispers to the ear the unheard stories of glorious past, rejuvenating the town center. University of Colombo. the pioneering academia of the history of higher seats of learning in Sri Lanka, the most respected and acclaimed higher seat of learning of the nation, a legacy of intellectuals located in the heart of Colombo. The initiative nucleus of the academic atmosphere was formed by amalgamating the Ceylon Medical College, founded in 1870, and the Ceylon University College in 1921, which were incorporated into the university later. By April 1942, the University of Colombo was established by the State Council. The first Vice-Chancellor of the new university, Sir Ivo Jennings, architect of academic nature in Sri Lanka. From colonialism to modernity, our proud history runs over 148 years of an uninterrupted stand with multicultural, multi-ethnic and multi-religious student and staff population, fostering social harmony, cultural diversity, unity and equal opportunity. Strive to be a center of excellence of regional and international repute, building synergies between knowledge, education, research and entrepreneurship. It is our vision. The University of Colombo comprises around 185 degree programs, about 25,000 students, 700 academics and researchers. Varsity with the power of empowering the nation. We excel at promoting student-centered teaching practices, self-directed learning through assignments which foster discovery of knowledge, creative productions and collaborative projects. Our 9 faculties, multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary in nature and strengthened by 56 academic departments, a campus, a school, 7 institutes and 8 centers. The university widens foreign and local undergraduates' horizons to face the global challenges ahead of them. Faculty of Graduate Studies offers diploma and postgraduate courses of a multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary nature, concentrating on capacity building by entering into linkages with the outside world to equip the youth with all necessary knowledge. We work hand in hand with outside corporate sectors to ensure that the university caters to the needs of the day. The library supports the university vision with up-to-date materials, books and other resources where both staff and students communicate and express their creative and scholarly ideas in respective disciplines. The international unit of the University of Colombo is proud to have links with almost all internationally recognized universities, with the view of providing scholars with the latest global scholarships. The warm and friendly academic atmosphere, together with recreational facilities and other services through experience of enjoyment, physical fitness, and increased self-confidence opportunities for togetherness, are also parts of our academic endeavors. Heading to Metropolitan University, surrounded by modern and international outlook and character, with easy access to international information and resource centers, libraries, theaters, sports complexes, and other facilities. Modern technology incorporates with scientific research, blends into writers, poets, critics, and artists, maintaining international academic standards, contributing to the national capital, and stepping into globalization with high academic profiles. Inspired
Welcome to the inauguration ceremony of the
Reshape the
International
Future
Conference on
towards the
Multidisciplinary
21st
Approaches in Science, ICMAS 2021, and the launching of the centenary stamp and the first day cover in commemorating 100 years of the Faculty of Science. To officially start the day's proceedings, upholding our traditions, may I now have the honor of inviting the following dignitaries to light the oil lamp. Our chief guest, Honorable Minister of Education, Mr. Dinesh Gunawardena, Secretary of the Ministry of Mass Media, Mr. Jagat P. Vijayveera, Postmaster General, Mr. Ranjit Aryaratna, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Professor Chandrika Vijayaratna, Rector, Sri Pali Campus, Dr. Prabhat Mahanamaheva, Dean, Faculty of Science, Professor Upul Sonnadara, representing all directors, Director of the University of Colombo School of Computing, Professor K.P. Hewagamage, Registrar, University of Colombo, Mr. K.A.S. Edward, Acting Librarian of the University of Colombo, Dr. C. Kurupu, Bursa, University of Colombo, Mrs. K.S.T.S. Jayasurya, ICMA's Conference Chair, Professor Nishanta Pereira, Senior Assistant Registrar, Faculty of Science, Mrs. Tarushika Patiranage, and Ms. Nipuni Pereira, representing all paper presenters. Thank you. Thank you. Now I kindly request all of you to take your seats. Please rise for the national anthem. Chief guest, Honorable Minister of Education and Leader of the House of Parliament, Mr. Dinesh Gunawardena. Secretary of the Ministry of Mass Media, Mr. Jagat P. Vijayveera. Mr. Ranjit Ariyaratne, the Postmaster General of Sri Lanka. Professor Chandrika Wijayaratne, Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The past 2 years had been an eye-opener for the humankind regarding many aspects of life. The period of COVID-19 reminded the world the importance of science and the importance of the discoveries resulting from the untiring efforts of the scientists. From the biology of the COVID-19 virus to the PCR kits, from the mask that you're wearing to the high-tech machinery involved in making all these things possible, from the virtual meetings to online learning, science has again proven its strength. And today, while proudly celebrating 100 years of excellence in science, Faculty of Science, University of Colombo, will be opening up a platform to bring all young and senior scientists together to share their wisdom with you to make this world a better place. With that note, I would like to warmly welcome all of you to the International Conference on Multidisciplinary Approaches in Science 2021. During these 3 days, world-renowned scientists and researchers young and old will share their latest discoveries with you. We hope that you will stay with us all throughout these 3 days. This conference is one of the many events organized by the Faculty of Science, University of Colombo, in celebrating 100 years of excellence in science. Today, in a short while, another important event is scheduled to be taken place. To honor the 100 years of excellence in science, a commemorative stamp, the centenary stamp of the Faculty of Science and the first day cover will be launched. And now, let's take a look at a video clip on how the journey of the 100 years of the Faculty of Science look like. And the title of the video is 100 Years in 100 Seconds. Thank you. Now, to deliver the official welcome address, I would like to invite Professor Upul Sonnadara, Dean of the Faculty of Science.
Thank you, Tilini. Honorable Dinesh Gunawardena, Minister of Education, Professor Chandrika Vijayaratne, Vice Chancellor, University of Colombo, Mr. Jagat Vijayveera, Secretary, Ministry of Mass Media, Mr. Ranjit Arya Ratna, the Postmaster General of Sri Lanka, Professor Sanjeeva Pereira, Conference Chair, ICMA 2021. Distinguished invitees, deans and directors of faculties and institutes, all participants present today, physically or virtually. Good morning. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Faculty of Science to take part in the inaugural ceremony of the International Conference on Multidisciplinary Approaches in Science and the launching of the centenary stamp and first day cover. This event is a part of series of events organized by the faculty to celebrate the 100-year anniversary of Arts and Sciences at the University of Colombo. We commenced the celebrations on January 21st, 2021 with the opening of this very building, which is designed as an information and learning center. We were also privileged to open a new 7 stories building to house the Department of Statistics in April, which was a long-awaited infrastructure upgrade. Our centenary celebrations will end in January 2022, hopefully, with the opening of another building, the Student Service Center. The University of Colombo, with its roots going back to the establishment of the University of Ceylon University College in 1921, played a pioneering role in the development of modern-day university education in Sri Lanka. In the very early days of Ceylon University of College, the University of Oxford helped establish science education, which enabled the college to prepare students for external degree exams offered by the University of London. The Faculty of Science came into existence in 1942. By that time, graduating students were going overseas for higher studies, where they gain invaluable experience working with scientists of repute. Many of them returned to Ceylon and joined the university as faculty members. They contributed to the rapid progress of science and technology in this institution. By the 1950s, the University of Ceylon was one of the leading academic institutes in the Commonwealth. From 1960s through maybe early 1980s, the academics of the Faculty of Science contributed immensely to the expansion of the higher education and science education in the country. The next few decades were the most challenging for Sri Lanka due to social unrest. Today, due to the timely development work carried out by our staff, which includes over 100 PhD qualified academics, we have more than 2,500 undergraduates pursuing 30 honors degree programs, and our postgraduate student population enrolled in various master's and doctoral degree programs has grown steadily to more than 400. As you know, we have now entered an era where the value of science and mathematics is appreciated more than ever before. I'm happy that our students and faculty are uniquely placed with the necessary facilities to explore the many opportunities presented by the development of science and technology. As the Dean of the Faculty of Science, I consider it an honor to be a part of this exciting endeavor. In closing, let me extend my sincere gratitude to organizing committee for working under extremely difficult conditions to make this event a success. Thank you very much.
We have a small change in the agenda. Sorry. Now, I would like to invite a very special person, the person who is the pillar of strength behind behind this event, the ICMS Conference Chair, Professor Nishanta Pereira. Sir, I would like to now invite you to introduce the ICMS 2021. There's a small change in the agenda again. True leadership is a key factor that will drive an institution in the right direction. The University of Colombo is blessed with many such true leaders, where their focus, drive, and futuristic thinking has led the university to great heights. I would like to now cordially invite one such leader, a visionary with integrity and resilience, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Professor Chandrika Wijeyaratne, to address the gathering.
Ayubowan, very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Venerable members of the clergy who are here with us as well as online. Chief guest, Honorable Minister of Education and Leader of the House of Parliament, who I know has to get back to Parliament as soon as possible. So Honorable Dinesh Gunawardena, sir, thank you for being with us. The Secretary to the Ministry of Mass Media, as well as the Secretary, the Postmaster General, Professor Upul Sonnadara, the incumbent dean, and former deans as well, heads of departments, the chairperson of ICMAS, the members of the academic, administrative, technical, and support staff, registrar, bursar, assistant librarian, the rector, the other deans, as well as all the respected alumni, the undergraduate, postgraduate students, members of the council, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. We are very privileged to witness yet another remarkable milestone of this very special faculty, the Faculty of Science. Just 307 days ago, on the 21st day of the 21st year of the 21st century, to be exact, we launched the commemoration of the centennial milestone of the pioneering faculties of Science, Arts, and the Library with a sense of pride and humility. We gather here today to officially conclude the lineup of events arranged by the Faculty of Science throughout the year, which includes the ICMAS, the International Conference, which is a highlight, as much as the first day cover and the launch of the stamp. So may I take this opportunity to salute the Dean, the staff, students for your commitment, dedication, and teamwork to make this possible despite the many challenges we faced with the ongoing pandemic. Honorable Minister, sir, I assure you that we are today with the best in the special fields and in a faculty that has enabled generations of modern day scientists to be nurtured and engaged in high quality education, research, and innovation. And let us remember with gratitude and humility our Sri Lankan visionaries whose activism and advocacy since the last quarter of the 19th century brought to fruition this great institution dedicated to the sciences. Their engagement has enabled hundreds of thousands of students and teachers to achieve their goals and be recognized the world over as decent, upright, capable, and well-rounded scientists, inventors, mentors, teachers, leaders, entrepreneurs, and above all, much respected and fulfilled professionals. So in the 21st century, the University of Colombo remains the jewel in the crown of Sri Lanka's university system and is the sole metropolitan university. The Faculty of Science, as we heard, offers more than 30 undergraduate honors programs which are highly acclaimed worldwide and the very much sought after postgraduate study courses. So in the past century, this faculty has demonstrated its prowess for its dedication to the natural and life sciences and has blossomed into a vibrant learning environment. Being the most mature learning institution in science, we have encountered many challenges in terms of funding for infrastructure expansion and to keep pace with the increasing demands, particularly in technological advances for investment for our laboratories. Despite these competing demands, this faculty has coped extremely well. And I salute you for being the national champions for safeguarding the quality of science education and discourse, for upholding best practices in all your activities underpinned by the quintessential attribute of honesty and integrity, for upscaling a vibrant multidisciplinary research agenda in the more recent past and leading the way within our university towards a culture of innovation and commercialization. Dean, heads of departments, and members of the faculty, you have formed the bulk of the leadership positions in leading organizations, which include SLAS in the specialized fields of astronomy, statistics, molecular biology, material sciences, environmental science, immunology, nuclear science, lightning conduction, to mention a few. We must not forget the Pioneer School of Computing being a major tributary of this faculty that has matured over the past 5 decades. Indeed, the Institute of Human Resource Advancement, formerly called Workers' Education, was initiated and conceptualized within these very halls of learning. As much as the IBMBB, that is in biotechnology across the road, as well as the UCIARS in Valigatta, the Cyber Campus, and more recently, the Faculty of Technology. At our century mark, we are also having the Faculty of Engineering in the pipeline. These offshoots of Mother Faculty of Science paved the way for subsequent generations to secure an ethos of value-added education through time-appropriate, high-end applied research and scholarship. And I'm happy to note that your more recent deliberations with these tributaries in the formulation of thematic research-oriented task forces has been something that we need to be proud of, particularly in homegrown expertise in precision diagnosis of cancer and in economic revival through agriculture. So we look forward to supporting parallel gains through data sciences and environmental sciences, to name a few. And I'm confident with your current deliberations with the leading centers of excellence throughout the world, we can cement these very soon. So the students of these hallowed grounds, even though the new norm requires you to be connected with us today through the virtual mode, please safeguard your heritage to the utmost and do Mother Lanka proud in all your endeavors. To the multifaceted academics who are so well respected, national, regional, international experts, thank you for remaining with the University of Colombo and for giving your best not only in the academic activities. I wish to acknowledge with sincere gratitude your excellent support system, particularly the FOSS Media, Faculty of Science Media, led by Dr. Hiran Jayavira, our university's more recent initiatives, energy conservation, enterprise resource planning, as much as environmental sciences. To our alumni, you are a star-studded galaxy ranging from heads of state, honorable prime ministers to key policymakers, planners, and groundbreaking scientists. The multitude of alumni groups located in Sri Lanka and abroad have remained stoic in safeguarding our university and supporting our students on a continued basis. And on behalf of our university, I thank you for your sustained connectivity. All these factors have contributed for the University of Colombo to remain #1 in the recent international rankings based on data and visibility. And we remain the maypole for an evidence-based approach to national policy development and reformation. May you grow from strength to strength. May you be the Lankan nucleus in the cosmos of the world of science. All the very best, and thank you.
Now, to introduce the centenary stamp and the first day cover, I would like to invite the conference course secretary, Dr. Devanmini Halwathura.
"100 years of glory and success is indefinitely something to be celebrated on a grand scale. Honorable Ministers, Secretaries, Madam Vice Chancellor, academics, ladies and gentlemen. Let me share the glimpse of the story behind the stamp and first day cover. The stamp consists of the iconic building of the Faculty of Science, University of Colombo, is an emblem for the university itself. It can be quite accurately interpreted as a reflection on a sacred journey of establishment. Among many other iconic things that remarks the festivity of this milestone, the centenary logo, designed by Mr. Pranith Ratnayaka, is at front being the leading role. In the true meaning of words, the simple yet deeply meaningful design proudly present the education upheld for a century that is rooted in inspiration, ethics, and intellectual inquisitiveness. The colors, purple and gray. The rich purple signifies the majesty of education and wisdom. The contrasting gray expresses the maturity and sagaciousness of the institution as it completes a century in nourishing Sri Lankan education system. As Nelson Mandela once said, it urges us to remember to celebrate milestones as we prepare for the road ahead. The University of Colombo, the path on journey towards intellect and wisdom, where excellence is not an act, but a habit. Thank you.
Thank you, Devanmini. Now, I would like to cordially invite all our distinguished guests at the head table and the Postmaster General, Mr. Shanjit Aryaratne, to join in officiating the stamp and the first day cover. people who appreciate science make time to talk to the scientists. Today, we have a very special guest who has graced our event with his presence. I would like to now invite our chief guest, Honorable Minister of Education and the Leader of the House of Parliament, Mr. Dinesh Gunawardena, to address the gathering. And sir, we are truly humbled and grateful that you took time from your busy schedule to be here with us today.
Honorable Sirs, Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Chandrika Wijeyaratne, Professor Sonadara, Dean of the Faculty of Science, Secretary to the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication, dear faculty members, students of the university, dear friends. Today, it's my pleasure to being invited to address the 100th anniversary of the Faculty of Science of the University of Colombo through the launching of a commemorative stamp and the inauguration of the International Conference on Multidisciplinary Approaches in Science organized by the University of Colombo. Vice Chancellor, Dean, fellow faculty members, your faculty traces its origins to the establishment of the Ceylon University College in 1921. As a doorway to the programs of the University of London and in UK at the time entrusted upon the campus, which I just mentioned to me, if you are not announced, on the other side, campus at Royal College, with the intention of providing organized form of higher education to the people of Sri Lanka, then Ceylon. It is my duty to make a special mention on the patronage rendered by late Ponnambalam Arunachalam, James Paris, Sir Marcus Fernando, and philanthropist Charles Henry de Souza for the establishment of this great gift of higher education to our nation. The nation is proud of this very faculty which produce our nation's best skilled leadership and innovation. During the past 100 years, men and women of sciences have walked through the corridors of not only this great campus, but also through the history of our nation, serving in far corners of the country, and some going further beyond our shores in bringing even greater honor, recognition and service to our country and our people by serving in different continents. The Faculty of Science at the University of Colombo of multidisciplinary practice have become an essential integral part in an array of fields in sciences, including physical science, biological science, engineering, medical science, computer science, IT, as well as in the social sciences. And it has allowed us to bridge the academic divide and go beyond the traditional boundaries which enables us to better apply solutions to real-world issues. I assume that all of you with learned knowledge in science and technology are concerned not only with the theoretical problems, but also with human beings. Today, the world is faced with the worst known global pandemic, and as a result of a greater demand is on the world food supply. This is not only a question on the farmer and the land, but a meeting place for the agronomists, chemists, microbiologists, and the plant pathologists, the geneticists, the physicists, and the industrial engineer to computer scientists. Practically every branch of natural and physical sciences have to engage in solving these global scarcities. There are individual and collective skills and techniques, and knowledge is now in demand than ever before to produce a scientific solution. But in the core of it, remember to include a sense of basic values of humanity, which would naturally speak of our great Sri Lankan identity. Therefore, today's celebrations, International Conference on Multidisciplinary Approaches in Sciences, provides a precious opportunity to reflect and invite a wider discourse among universities, external institutions, and interested parties over the course of the past 100 years for the development and achievement of sciences in Sri Lanka. I firmly believe that the participation and involvement of such stakeholders, as already witnessed in the conference proceedings and within your academic community, will further enrich and empower these realms of study, knowledge, and application of sciences. As a representative of the people in the legislature, I've always stood for the autonomy of the universities and for the academic community. Therefore, the 100th year anniversary of the Faculty of Science marks a significant milestone, and not only for the University of Colombo, but all Sri Lankan academia. This precisely is part of the embarked vision of His Excellency the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, vistas of prosperity and splendor, and our tireless efforts in pursuit of excellencies in higher education sector, in transforming Sri Lanka to become a knowledge hub of Asia. In conclusion, let me add that the University of Colombo is home to the most demanded faculties in Sri Lanka. That while the rest are catching up fast, it is important to extend the lead. That while extending the lead, to make a well-rounded, complete effort to reach for the prestige international rankings that you all have already been able to achieve. Indeed, it is time that the Sri Lankan universities become key centers of global knowledge creation and take the 100-year legacy by sciences in context of Sri Lanka higher education to the next global frontier. I wish your conference and great success, and it may also produce better outcomes for the Sri Lankan humanity at this very special 100-year celebrations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very kind and encouraging words. Now I would like to invite again a very special person, the person who is the pillar of strength behind this event, the ICMA's conference chair, Professor Nishant Pereira. Sir, I would like to now invite you to introduce ICMA's 2021.
Aibowan, good day and good morning. Honorable Minister of Education, Mr. Dinesh Gunawardena, Vice Chancellor, University of Colombo, Professor Chandrika Vijayaratne, Secretary, Ministry of Mass Media, Mr. Jagat Vijayveeran, Postmaster General, Mr. Ranjit Aryaratna, Dean, Faculty of Science, Professor Upul Sonnadara, keynote and invited speakers, academia, researchers, and industrial representatives, academic, administrative, and non-academic staff, invitees, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to introduce ICMA's 2021, this landmark event which organized by Faculty of Science, University of Colombo to celebrate 100 years excellence in science. The pandemic has sent shockwaves through the global economy. People are worried about their lives and families. All of us are aware that as humans, we are facing many difficulties and challenges due to COVID-19. However, we believe that researchers need to play a major role to find out strategies to overcome this global crisis. Global cooperation and multilateral coordination are important in this regard. Therefore, identifying the current needs and requirements while reaching a 100-year milestone, the Faculty of Science is providing a hybrid platform to share knowledge and experiences through ICMA's 2021. So this conference consists 6 main tracks, which include modeling and simulation, research and also the technical advances in basic sciences, decision sciences. So the conference proceeding consists with 160 abstract, which this 160 abstract authored 600 plus authors. So the other small booklet consists of keynote addresses as well as 40 plus invited talks. And this Dr. Harsha Athrupana from World Bank will talk will deliver keynote address, and which of course followed by the panel discussion. 40 plus invited speakers coming from 17 countries will deliver their talks, and particularly specific problems, and they will share their knowledge and experiences, which of course contour to those specific areas, which truly justifies international cooperation and multilateral cooperation. So not only that, ICMSA 2021 will also discuss about the specific problems via a special session, which also includes symposium on infectious disease modeling, international symposium on applied mathematics modeling and simulation, special session on quantum computing, mini symposium on workbench to practice, and also the mini symposium on teaching for design creativity. Not only that, ICMAs also try to discuss the connectivity path between Faculty of Science research output and national development through special session on research application for national development, and which include the 17 graduate talk. I hope that during these 3 days, ICMAs 2021 will provide you memorable experiences. With that, I would like to announce that the International Conference on Multidisciplinary Approaches in Science 2021 is now officially open. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And to symbolize the ICMS inauguration, ICMS proceedings will be now presented to our distinguished guests at the head table. Now, I would like to cordially invite the Secretary of the Ministry of Mass Media, Mr. Jagat P. Vijayveera, to address the gathering.
සුබ දවසක් වේවා සියලුම සහෝදර සහෝදරයන්ට ඒ වගේම ඔන්ලයින් මාර්ගයෙන් මේකට සහභාගී වෙන සියලුම සහෝදර සහෝදරයන්ට good morning to you all. Vanakkam, assalamu alaikum. I think you heard very prosperous speeches made by your Professor Vice Chancellor and Honorable Minister and Professor Uppul and our special guest, the Chairman. After hearing those speeches, I feel I am come as a very tiny rat now in this building. I am not prepared to give you a very thorough speech regarding your history or your activities, but I feel my main responsibility is to give you very heartiest wishes to you on behalf of my minister and on behalf of our ministry and on behalf of our government. In fact, reaching the year of 100 is very remarkable day to day. It could be very celebratively, prosperously celebrate, but unfortunately because of the COVID situation, we have lost this. But Professor, I inquired from Professor Uppul also. This is your university, your faculties, the oldest education entity in Sri Lanka. It's a very happy note that we have to mark as a positive manner. Our minister wanted to give you his heartiest wishes to you, but because of today's cabinet briefing, he had to be there. He couldn't come to give his mark at this celebration. In the history, if we can raking the information, I know the Colombo University was the knowledge hub, as very clearly Minister also mentioned. Now, this positive hope still we are having. You will have that hope to have a regional, the main knowledge hub is to be this university, because this university is situated in Colombo. Colombo is a very booming city. I believe another 10 years time or 20 years time, the Colombo will be a great city in the region. Therefore, your university is also will become a great university, #1 university in this region. Therefore, the hope is still you will have. I would like to salute you all the people who educated this university. Some you have produced some professors and scientists and very big people. The most of the time they work in the very top level science entities like NASA and other all over the scientific hub representing your people, the Colombo University production. Therefore, it is not a tiny thing. It's a very marvelous achievement you have reached right now also. You have contributed the big hand to the world scientific area. world engineering area. And those, the contributors always, they mention, when most of the time I also, when we are in abroad and connected with, to have some various activities with those institutions, universities and activities, very much of people who educated in this university, they participated those projects and foreign collaborations. Therefore, is a #1 university, #1 producer, #1 visionary productions you have, and therefore you will have a very prosperous future for the coming years. Government aim is to also to have regional universities to be established near future. Your university, the Colombo University, will be the father of those cluster university systems in Sri Lanka. Therefore, your responsibility is very high. Your responsibility is remarkable. And in the future, you will be a giant in the education system in Sri Lanka. Therefore, the all children, all teachers will get together and hand with you to go over the ladder to a high post by educating this university. That's all I have to tell you today. I wish you all the best for this 100th year, the golden remarkable day today. And you will keep in mind to go another 100 years. We will be not existing at that time, but our children, our future children, they will enjoy this university happily and knowledgeably. Thank you very much. Have a good day today.
Thank you very much, sir, for those wonderful words. All good things must come to an end. Yet, we must always remember everything is a beginning of something new. To wrap up today's proceedings, to deliver the word of thanks, I would like to invite the Conference Co-Secretary, Dr. Monica Madhavi.
The Secretary to the Ministry of Mass Media, the Postmaster General, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Council members, Deans of the faculties, heads of the departments, academics, researchers, and all other distinguished guests. A graceful morning to all of you. As the Faculty of Science, University of Colombo celebrates its 100 years of excellence in science in 2021, numerous events were organized throughout the year to mark this great milestone of our history. And the International Conference on Multidisciplinary Approaches in Science, ICMS 2021, is the pinnacle of these events. As we mark the end of the inauguration ceremony of ICMS 2021, on behalf of the organizing committee, it is my great honor to thank everyone who contributed to make this event a success. First of all, I extend my most sincere thanks to our chief guest today, Honorable Minister of Education and the Leader of the House of Parliament, Mr. Dinesh Gunawardena, for gracing this occasion in spite of his very busy schedule. The Ministry of Mass Media and the Office of the Postmaster General helped us in designing and launching the centenary stamp and the first day cover today. I extend my sincere thanks to the Secretary of the Ministry of Mass Media, Mr. Jagat Vijayveera, and the Postmaster General of Sri Lanka, Mr. Ranjit Ariyaratne, and his team for participating at this event and for all the support given to us in this regard. Next, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the Vice Chancellor of the University of Colombo, Professor Chandrika Ven Wijeratne. Dear Madam, you were there with us since we started organizing this conference to this very moment. Your guidance and support helped us a lot to make this huge task a reality. So thank you very much for being with us. I would also like to thank the Registrar of the University of Colombo, Mr. K.S. Edward, the Bursar of the University of Colombo, Mrs. K.S. T.S. Jayasuriya, and the College House staff for the support given to us in handling all the administrative and financial matters related to ICMS 2021. It was a great honor to have many world-class scientists joining with us as the members of the advisory committee, and I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to all of them. There are more than 40 distinguished researchers from all over the world joining with us who will be giving invited talks at ICMS 2021, making this conference a truly international platform for sharing knowledge. I would like to thank all the invited speakers, including our keynote speaker, Dr. Harsha Athirupana, lead economist of the World Bank, for accepting our invitation and the valuable talks that you all will give during the next few days. ICMS 2021 is a brainchild of the Dean of the Faculty of Science, University of Colombo, Professor Upul Sonnadara. At this remarkable year in which we celebrate the centenary of the Faculty of Science, he guided us to successfully complete many centennial celebration activities in spite of this pandemic situation in the country. Dear sir, you supported us to the fullest and you believed in us. So thank you very much for your vision and actions that brought this conference down to a reality today. Events like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels started rolling months ago. And we were so fortunate to have a very dedicated and motivated team behind all these efforts who delivered every single task assigned to them in the most effective manner. So it is my great pleasure to thank all the committees that were part of this conference. There are 6 conference tracks, and there are many conference sessions. There were hundreds of reviewers who reviewed the conference abstracts. There are many organizing committees who organized symposia and conference workshops, pre-conference workshops. So I would like to thank all the track chairs, session chairs, reviewers, organizing committees of symposia and conference workshops, pre-conference workshops, and all the members of the track committees. I would like to specially thank the editorial committee headed by Dr. Romain Jayawardena for all the editorial work, the review committee headed by Professor Mayuri Vijayasinghe for helping us in reviewing this huge number of abstracts we received, the conference proceedings committee headed by Dr. Anuradha Mahasinghe for their support. A virtual conference requires a lot of IT infrastructure and support. So I extend my sincere gratitude to the IT and Media Committee headed by Dr. Hiran Jayaveera, the IT Services Center of the Faculty of Science, and the Faculty of Science Official Media Unit, the FOSS Media, for covering this event. And I would like to thank Dr. Dilshani Tissera and her team for organizing this inauguration ceremony and handling the conference program. The Senior Assistant Registrar, Faculty of Science, University of Colombo, Ms. Tarushika Pathirage, and her team at the Dean's Office were very supportive throughout all these activities. I would like to thank Ms. Verangi Pereira, the Senior Assistant Bursa, Faculty of Science, University of Colombo, for assisting us to handle all the financial matters related to this conference. Ms. Sajivanidhi Somratna, Senior Assistant Librarian, Faculty of Science, University of Colombo, and her team for supporting us to organize this event at the ILC building. I'd like to thank Mr. Praneeth Ratnayaka for designing the official logo of the ICMS 2021, and also the Colombo University Press for printing our conference proceedings on time. And I would like to thank Dr. Tilni Pereira for comparing today's event. The flame that powered all these activities was the Central Organizing Committee headed by the conference chair, Professor Nishanta Pereira. So we had so many meetings every single week to make this event a success. Thank you very much, sir, for your great support and dedication. And I would like to also thank all the members of the main organizing committee and also the track coordinators, Dr. Surani Ediriveera, Dr. Gayan Dharmaratna, Dr. Neranga Abesingha, Dr. Anuradha Mahasingha, and Ms. Mahesha Jayakodi for fulfilling each individual task assigned to them in the most effective manner. My special thanks should be extended to Dr. Devanmini Halwatura, the co-secretary of the ICMS 2021, for sharing this huge responsibility of being the conference secretary with me with utmost commitment and dedication, and being such a strength to me all the time. I mention my deeper sense of appreciation and would place on record my hearty thanks to all the volunteers because of whom we made this function possible. I would like to thank all the members of the academic staff of the Faculty of Science, and as well as all the members of the non-academic staff of the Faculty of Science for supporting us to organize this conference in this scale. In universities, we are always on the border of knowledge, looking into the unknown, or at best, the partially known. These are the words from our very first Vice Chancellor, Sir Ivor Jennings, from the speech which he delivered at the inauguration of the University of Peradeniya as the new main campus of the University of Ceylon in 1942. And these words are true up to date. The true essence of a scientific conference is coming from the contributed papers. There are more than 160 papers that will be published at ICMS 2021, and they are authored by more than 600 researchers worldwide. And I thank all the authors, presenters, for standing at the edge of knowledge and looking into the unknown and sharing your knowledge with us at ICMS 2021. I would like to thank all the speakers for gracing your crucial work and sharing with us your opinion and finding this present time. Organizing an international conference of this magnitude is not an easy task. And behind its success, there are so many people I would like to thank in person, but I don't have the time to do so. Therefore, I extend my most sincere gratitude to every single individual who contributed to make this event a success, and everyone who joined with us for the inauguration ceremony. I wish you a great conference experience at ICMS 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. That marks the end of the proceedings of the inauguration ceremony, and we would like to invite all of you to be here again at 10:30 a.m. for the keynote speech, followed by the panel discussion.